What is up, everyone? I am Bishop Brawler and you are watching the match video for my match in the MDL Season 3 versus the Kansas Karrablasts, which is coached by MK007 and ALLSTAR. These two players are both incredible battlers and they have built up a really interesting team that consists of Bellsprout, Vulpix, Drober, Bulbasaur, Meowth, Bronzor, Alolan Diglett, Karrablast, Magnemite, Tirtouga, Mantike and Slowpoke. I'm pretty sure I got everything. But those are the 6 months, the 12 months we have to deal with somehow in our team. Now, in that there is one really obvious weakness that I'm gonna exploit, and that is the weakness to Water, Dark, Psychic coverage. Now that is incredibly specific, right? What the hell runs that? Carvanha. Carvanha runs that. Yeah, exactly that. That's literally what it runs. I have a Carvanha. Carvanha is gonna win me this game. However, he has Sun and he has a Meowth. Those are the two things that Carvanha doesn't like. And I am 99% certain he's bringing them. So we need to support our Carvanha to make sure it can win this game. Now, so I'll go over the Carvanha first, because that's obviously a win condition. It's a physical Carvanha set, obviously. Waterfall Crunch, Psychic Fangs, Protect. Protect gets us a free speed boost. The idea is to bring this in on a switch into their Vulpix. Protect on the Vulpix, which will allow us to outspeed it 100% of the time the next turn. And if he switches out into one of his Sun Sweepers on our Protect, we can Protect again. Then we outspeed their Sun Sweeper and we can OHKO a Psychic Fangs. I'm pretty sure that's an OHKO. I will obviously be doing a ton of calcs during the match, and it'll be fine. I don't know calcs from the top of my head right now, but I can tell you that's the goal. This thing can easily destroy his entire team. It OHKOs or 2-hit KOs everything on his team. Literally everything. There's nothing that can take 2 hits from Carvanha. And that's how we will be winning this game. And it's a risky strategy because Carvanha is super frail. It loses to the Meowth, which can just revenge kill with Take Out into Feint, and we can protect that or outspeed that or whatever. That's not happening. And so I need a really good way of actually dealing with that Meowth, and I went with our Ponyta, which is named Fuck You Jox, because fuck Jox, he wanted this thing, I stole it from him, so fuck you Jox. This is of course the standard defensively orientated Ponyta. It speed types with Meowth, which is really nice. I'm hoping to RNG burn that Meowth because I know MK, and MK has a tendency to get really salty over hacks. So if I can RNG burn that thing with Flame Body, I think just the salt that MK will have will be enough to let us win this game. And it's really mean to go about it like this. There's a Will-O-Wisp on there for a reason, right? I'm not gonna fully rely on Flame Body because I'm not a dickhead. I'm still just gonna play this normally, but it would be really nice to get that Flame Body burn off on the Meowth, because it will prevent him from KOing Carvanha with Fake Out into Feint. And that means Carvanha can win, because then he has no way to stop our Carvanha sweep, because the only way for him to stop our Carvanha sweep is revenge with Meowth. That's literally his only method of doing that. So then this Ponyta does a pretty good job of stopping that. Another way at which we support the Carvanha is QB, the Alolan Vulpix. A Carvanha is hard to stop anyway, right? Because it's gonna outspeed your entire team, do quite a bit of damage. It's not easy to stop. A Carvanha behind Auroraville is not even possible to stop. Pretty much. It's pretty much impossible. And that's what QB does here. It makes sure that Carvanha is completely 100% unstoppable for his team, as long as Meowth is burned or dead. That's the goal here. I have HP Ground on here because he has a really good way of stopping our Auroraville from going up, and that is his own Vulpix. He can just switch then very easily because he takes the Ice Type move easily, of course, because he resists it. But HP Ground from this Vulpix, 2-hit KOs his Vulpix. And that means that he can only come in once, because after we reveal HP Ground, this should actually, now that I think about it, it should probably be HP Rock. That I might change it to HP Rock, but we'll see about that. Anyway, this is really important because it will 2-hit KO him. If he switches in, he'll be forced out immediately, and it'll just screw him up quite a bit. What this mon also does for me is remove his sun. I can come into a Sun Sweeper on a predicted Solar Beam or Weather Ball and make it heal, which will remove their speed and their damage from Solar Beam and Weather Ball, and put me in a really, really good position. It is an incredibly risky strategy because Vulpix Alola isn't bulky, but it's the best way I have of stopping a setup sweeper from running rampant, other than getting 2 speed boost with Carvanha. So yeah, this thing is just great support mon. This is the reason I drafted. Auroraville's amazing, and we have quite a bit of Pokemon that can support it as well, or that appreciate the Auroraville as well. Namely, we have size doesn't matter. Our Pumpkaboo small this week. We can bring whatever size we want, so its size doesn't matter. Pumpkaboo small is of course a setup sweeper. Everyone knows that. At least I think anyone who plays a lot of LC knows that at least. Z Trick or Treat raises all stats by 1 and makes your opponent a Ghost type, making them weak to Shadow Ball. That's a really small thing that is overlooked by a lot of people, but it's actually really big sometimes. Not in this matchup though. Ghost plus Grass coverage is really good against this team. It hits everything at least neutrally, most things super effectively, and at +1 it just does a crap ton of damage to nearly everything. So I didn't need Fire Blast. Yes, he has a Magnemite, but I really don't give a fuck about the Magnemite. It goes down to Giga Drain into Shadow Ball anyway, so I'll be fine. We have Synthesis there on there instead, because his only hazard removal is his Drillbur. And this Pumpkaboo small, yes, it's frailer than its big brother XL Pumpkaboo, but it will still be able to relatively easily spin block any non-Shadow Claw variant of Drillbur. I'm expecting the Shadow Claw, I know it's a thing, I'm fairly certain it's gonna come, but any non-Shadow Claw variant of Drillbur will be spin blocked relatively easily by Pumpkaboo Small, so we can just constantly come in, Synthesis back up so that we don't lose any HP ever and can safely set up with Z Trick or Treat later on. And that is just really, really nice because, of course, Rocks break Magnemite sturdy. Rocks are very annoying for a Vulpix that constantly has to switch into our Alolan Vulpix to stop Auroraville from going up. And it breaks Tortuga sturdy. If he carries sturdy, I'm expecting Solid Rock. It's just annoying to his team in general. It whittles down the Mantike. It whittles down Meowth slightly, I guess. It's just generally very nice. And for that, of course, we need a setter. I went with Drew, named after my friend Drew in Little Cup. He likes Sandshrew a lot, so we went with Sandshrew. We were thinking about Sandshrew. We decided not to because it's easily removed by his Vulpix. But on the other hand, it's capable of removing Sun, which is just nice. We didn't do that. We wanted a spinner. We wanted the Rock Setter, which are both pretty important for this team, and we wanted a knockoff user to remove things like Tortuga's Eviolite and Magnemite Berry Juice. Maybe a Karrablast Scarf. I highly doubt Karrablast is coming, but you never know, right? Karrablast is not that great of a Pokemon. I'm pretty sure he picked it up because Kansas Karrablasts. I don't see it coming. If he does, he might destroy me with it. That's very possible because I didn't prep for that thing at all. But I'm taking a risk, and I'm assuming the Karrablast is not coming. So I went with not preparing for it. Anyway, Drew here, it's a good check to the Magnemite, for 1. 2, it's capable of living 1 Fire Blast. That's what the EVs are for. I will always take 1 Fire Blast in the sun from Vulpix. So what I'm going for, most likely, is I'm going to lead Sandshrew, I'm going to lead Drew, and then I hope he leads his Vulpix. So immediately set up the sun, threaten my potential Alolan Vulpix lead, and just be... Vulpix is a pretty good lead for sun teams. And now I'm pretty sure standard Sandshrew gets Oko to Fire Blast in the sun. So he goes for Fire Blast onto my Sandshrew, right? And then I take a hit. Suddenly. which is completely unexpected. And I Oko him back with Earthquake. And then I switch in my Alolan Vulpix once, and then his sun's gone. And then he has a Bulbasaur and a Bellsprout on his team that are 100% completely useless. Well, I guess outside of Sun, those two are just not even remotely good. They are just absolutely god-awful. So that's what this Pokemon might pull off. I'm really, really hoping it does that. If I do, oh, that would be so nice. So nice. I'm a Jolly Nature in order to outspeed Tirtouga, Adamant Tirtouga. I don't know what to think because MK has pretty much stated himself that he is bringing Sun and Meowth. And that is 4 slots because that's Vulpix, Bellsprout, Bulbasaur, and Meowth. That's 4 slots already. I don't see room on that team for Tirtouga. At least not an offensive Tirtouga. So I'm not expecting it. And as such, I didn't prep a lot for it. If Tirtouga at +2 wins. I know it does. But what I essentially did, I mean, yes, Tirtouga wins if it gets to +2, but there's not a single Pokemon on my team it's gonna set up on. Absolutely none. Because, is it gonna set up on a Carvanha? It's not gonna set up on a Carvanha, I can tell you that, because Carvanha will outspeed fairly quickly. Is it gonna set up on a Vulpix? Yes, theoretically, but then I set up an Avio in its face, and yeah, that's kind of screwed. Is it gonna set up on this Sentru, which is just gonna 2-hit KO with Earthquake, or knock off into Earthquake, which is safer, because then I remove his Berry Juice if he's sturdy. He can't come into this as such. Is he gonna set up on a Ponyta that can burn it with Will-O-Wisp? Is he gonna set up on a Pumpkaboo? That's not happening. And of course, the final Pokemon smashing the Clamperl. This thing is our secondary win condition for if Carvanha goes down. Carvanha's checks are the exact same checks on his team as this thing has, which pretty much comes down to Magnemite and Slowpoke. And, well, for this thing, to some extent, Mantike, but I have HP Electric for that. Tirtouga can also check the both of them somewhat, but not really. But in any case, this thing is crazy powerful after a Shell Smash. You can see, you might be like, yeah, well, 17 is nothing special. 17 special attacks, nothing special. Yeah, okay, it gets doubled after Shell Smash, 34. That's quite a bit, but nothing ridiculous for Shell Smash Sweeper. Deep Sea Tooth is if the holder is a Clamperl, special attack is doubled. That is 34 times 2, that's 68 special attack. That is absolutely ridiculous. That is Okoing everything on this team. And it has a good base defense stat, meaning it won't go down to Meowth as easily as Carvanha will, but it's still very much a threat. So I'm relying on Pumpkaboo and Ponyta to switch into that Meowth and make sure it doesn't duel that much. And that's about it for the team. So what is the threat? The threat is Tirtouga. I don't have a way of combating Tirtouga. I do not. Outside of just never letting it set up. Everything on my team goes down to a +2 Stone Edge or a +2 Waterfall. I know it does. I built with that in mind. I knew that was going on. And I decided not to do anything about it. I don't have a very reliable Tirtouga check on my team because I don't have a Steel type. And I have one Grass type, and that's Pumpkaboo. And I decided to go with Pumpkaboo XL. Actually, I also have a Rowlet, but Rowlet just dies to Stone Edge. It's risky. I'm just relying on my team putting on the offensive pressure I need to never let Tirtouga set up. Ever. No matter what. And that's the goal. I'm running HP Electric and Clamperl, as you can see, for the Mantike. It does equal damage to Slowpoke, obviously, and it still Okos any non-really defensive Tirtouga sets. And if he brings defensive Tirtouga, I'm fine, that's one big threat gone. As I don't give a fuck about defensive Tirtouga. That just is set up bait for my Pumpkaboo, and yeah, there's just nothing. His team in general lacks switch-ins to very common coverage combinations, and I just made use of that with this team with Carvanha and with actually Ponyta too, because keep in mind, he sets the sun himself. He has like negative switch-ins to Flare Blitz plus Wild Charge, because his switch-ins to Flare Blitz are Tirtouga, Mantike, and Slowpoke, all of which really don't like Wild Charge. So if he sets the Sun, I think this Ponyta can also go to town, even though it's not even remotely offensively invested. Every single Pokemon on my team is a threat, except for the Sandshrew. Because definitely, he also lacks switch-ins to our Vulpix Lolo, which is kind of cool. His only somewhat reliable switch-in is Bronzor, which, yeah, it's a reliable switch-in, for sure. But it's a Bronzor. I can easily go into almost any of my Pokemon on the Bronzor and not give a fuck about it, because Bronzor sets rocks. Oh no. I'm scared. Because I totally can't just go into my Sandshrew and knock off or Rapid Spin or whatever the hell I feel like doing. But in general, that's the team for now. I'm sorry if I didn't sound as enthusiastic as I usually am. It's getting late. I shouldn't be recording right now, but I need to play the match, and I had to record right now. So, no choice. I'm sorry. I hope I explained the team well. And I will just see you guys during the match, which you are going to see now, and I will be playing. Maybe now, maybe a bit later. We'll see what happens. I'll see you guys there. Alright, here we go. I have to talk a little bit quietly because people are asleep around me, but we're gonna go ahead and just do this battle. He brought something I did not expect. He did not bring Sun. However, Carvanha can 100% sweep here, for sure. I'm talking with Altaria over Discord, so it might get a little bit awkward. But I'm gonna do my best to commentate this as well as I can. I'm gonna suggest a Sandshrew lead for the rocks, so that we can break things like, so we can break Sturdies on Magnemite and Tortuga. Yeah, he agrees. We're leading Sandshrew. He leads the Bronzor. Ah, perfect! Perfect! That's actually really good. Oh, that's great. Nice. Yeah. Altaria says knockoff. I agree. Knockoff is the play. Because knocking off Bronzor pretty much makes it useless. Oh my god, he let the Bronzor in. Oh, he's Reflect! Okay. Rocks. He wants to knock off again. He says knock off. Okay, we're just gonna go for this. Wait, Bronzor had Smooth Rock? This is bad. This is really bad because he can now set up, and I've said before, it wins. I'm gonna make a ballsy play into Carvanha here. He goes for Scald. He's not offensive Tortuga. That is terrible, the fact that we got burnt there. But it doesn't matter. He's not offensive Tortuga. He's defensive. It's fine. He can't win now. Win now. Third was his win condition. Was his win con. I think that may have just won us the game. I'm gonna go for Psychic Fangs. Psychic Fangs to break Reflect is the play. This Tortuga, this Carvanha is now pretty useless, I think. But it doesn't even matter anymore. I think the game might just be over because he is defensive Tortuga. I need to not be too happy too early. Pony for Flame Body, I think. He wants to go into Pump, but I want to go into Pony. He answered Fake Out. Flame Body, please Flame Body. Damn, that's no Flame Body. We're not that lucky. What does he do? We need to win with Clamperl eventually. Yeah. Wow. I think we need to. I think we need to go for Willow. Nothing on his team really likes to be willowed. Yes. Okay, we burn the dirt. Now I think... yeah, I think we can win with if we go into pump. We went for knockoff. That doesn't matter because we are the pump set, the Ghost Team Z pump set. I'm gonna go for the Z move. Right now. He went for the Sandstorm still. I can just Giga Drain though. I outspeed his Alolan Diglett and I highly doubt that thing's taking a hit. Drubber. Would Drubber be able to kill me? Definitely not kill me, but I think we win with this Pumpkaboo. Gonna do a quick calc. He goes to his Drubber. Against Drubber. This thing dies to a Giga Drain for sure. He goes for Rock Slide. He doesn't have the Shadow Claw. I think that's game, boys. Why didn't you set Sand then? Oh my god. Alolan Diglett dies. I assume. Diglett, Alola, Sand Sweeper. Actually, oh, at +1 special attack, I need to calc correctly. It should die to Giga Drain. It does go for Sucker Punch, that hurts a lot. It doesn't die. I'm gonna synth. I'm gonna synthesis. There's no way he expects that. That's the play. Yes, now we live one more Sucker Punch. Yeah, we'll take one Sucker. I should have synthesized. I couldn't synthesis again. He was going to spam Sucker. Yeah, this is pretty much game. Synth. Yeah, synth display. If he has given me a lot of really good. Fuck. It might not be over yet. Yeah, it's pretty much over. We just need to break this thing's 30. I'm gonna Giga Drain. Yeah, I sack it, break the 30. It's worth it. I think into Drew. Yeah, AVS is being really good in my ear, in my little ear, pretty much. Or Pony, I think. Pony is the play. Pony is probably better. Yeah, because if he's not Scarf, we outspeed. Like if he's not Scarf, we outspeed and just KO with more of Flare Blitz. Flare. I think Flare Blitz is the play. Because even though Meowth exists. Yeah, Flare is the play. He is Scarf. That's fine. We do live Recoil. I mean, we might as well go for the Willow at this point. Yeah, he says sack it. Clam, click Surf, win. Surf, win. I think. Oh, Drew wins. Yeah, Drew wins. He's right. Drew wins. Oh, we won. GG. Oh my, EQ. EQ works the same. He's double edge. He wasn't even faint. Oh my god, he was not faint, Meowth. Carvanha would have straight up won then. Oh my god, I'm so happy we won our first battle here. Oh my god, I was so nervous. This is so good to start it off like this. And we didn't even send out QB or Clamperl. We didn't even use two of our Pokemon. Mons. QB and Smashing weren't used at all. That was an amazing game. Oh my god, that worked so well. The Pumpkaboo Small, instantly, size doesn't matter, coming through. This was so... Okay, so, throughout this week, MK kept saying, I'm bringing Sun plus Meowth. So I was 100% sure that he was bringing Sun. Legitimately 100% sure. I was wrong, and I was so... If that had been a setup Tirtuga, if that had been a Sales by Tirtuga, we would not have won this game. I'm shaking. That's partially because it's really cold here, but I'm shaking. Holy shit. Yeah, that was great. That was great. I must give huge props to AVS, Altario van Sweep. He was a lot of plays were his call. Most of them I knew myself as well, of course, but the knockoff at the very start, which MK himself said that was the key play here, it was, because knocking off that Bronzor's Smooth Rock won us the game, and killing it, no sand, it was just so big. Oh my god, this was an incredible game. I didn't know what was going to happen in the cooperation with Altario van Sweep, but I'm really happy with him now. Holy crap, this guy is amazing. And Pumpkaboo Small Sweep. Oh, I said it in my team analysis video. I said it. People won't expect Pumpkaboo Small because it's known as a Pokemon. I was right. Oh my god, this is so good. I'm so happy this worked. Anyway, I'm gonna see you guys later. Next week, we're playing the Larvesta Legion, I believe, which is coached by, I believe it's Viper and Phil. I'm not 100% sure. You'll hear the rest of it there. But for now, this was great. I love this match. Thank you for watching. I'm out. Peace.